Have you ever had that feeling, that disconnect between the person you are during a focus practice, maybe on a yoga mat, and the person you are just moving through the rest of your day? Well, today, we're going to explore a method that was designed to bridge that exact gap. Let's get into it. This piece of ancient wisdom is really the perfect place to start. It's a beautiful reminder that our physical reality, how we hold ourselves, how we move, how we feel in our own skin, it's all deeply, deeply connected to the state of our mind. And the Gurlinik method of connected movement really takes this idea as its foundation. So a lot of us are probably familiar with some kind of dedicated wellness practice. Just picture a yoga class for a moment. It's a space that's all about deep curiosity and exploration, right? It's a whole system built for anyone who wants to understand that profound link between mind and body. Now, what's so interesting is the contrast here. On the mat, we use things like repetition and toning, and those are powerful tools for building awareness. But life off the mat, well, it's spontaneous, it's unpredictable, and that's the real challenge, isn't it? How do you carry that focused awareness into your tiny everyday habits? The way you sit down, the way you stand up, the way you react to things. And there's another layer to this. Sometimes when we're trying so hard to perfect a posture or push our limits, our mind gets this kind of tunnel vision. We strain. And in that moment of straining, the body's more subtle messages, those quiet whispers of tension or imbalance, they can get completely drowned out. So, how do we learn to listen a little better? That question is really at the heart of connected movement. It's a method that was developed by Michael Gurlinik specifically to bridge that gap between our structured practice and our everyday lives. And this is where the method gets its incredible depths. I mean, look at this. Gurlinik isn't just pulling from one tradition. He's weaving together insights from ancient Eastern medicine, modern movement science, and even the way people interact in martial arts. It's a true synthesis of so many disciplines. Okay, now let's get into what might be the most unique part of this practice. Learning not just by yourself, but through your interaction with a partner. This is really where the connected part of connected movement just comes alive. So in these exercises, you're actually taking on two totally different roles. When you're the active partner, your job is to observe and respond with real sensitivity. But then, as the passive partner, you get to experience something pretty profound. Just being moved gently by someone else lets your nervous system quiet down in a way that's incredibly hard to do on your own. And this whole process creates something the method calls a living mirror. By seeing and feeling how another person's body moves and functions, you suddenly get these unexpected insights into your own patterns. It's this moment of clarity that you just don't often get when you're practicing alone. Now, to really understand how this all works to relieve stress, the method uses this simple but really powerful metaphor. I want you to think of all the tension you carry, both physical and emotional. Think of it like a liquid that's moving through you. It always begins when life demands just a little more than we can easily handle. A tough conversation, a work deadline, even a physical effort. When that demand is more than our capacity, the body kind of braces itself, and a little pool of tension forms. Now, if that tension doesn't get released, it has to go somewhere. And just like water, it flows from where there's a lot of it to where there's less. So a tight shoulder might lead to a stiff neck, and that could lead to a headache. It's all connected. And the paths this tension follows, they aren't always obvious. Some of them are well known, like nerve or muscle chains, but others are way more personal, unique to you. This is actually the foundation of practices like acupuncture, this understanding that there are channels connecting different parts of the body, allowing tension to travel. So here's the really crucial point. Instead of fighting the tension or trying to force it out of your body, we can actually learn to gently redirect its flow. We can find an open channel and just give it a place to go. So when you bring all of these pieces together, the mindful movement, the work with a partner, and this whole understanding of tension, you start to arrive at the core philosophy of the practice. And it's this dual focus. The goal, of course, is to get better at listening to your own body, to really understand its quiet signals. But at the exact same time, you're developing the skill to perceive, understand, and compassionately care for another person. You see, the two skills are deeply, deeply connected. And that brings us right back to the gentle nature of this work. It's not about attacking the tension. It's about approaching it with a sense of curiosity, asking it, where are you? Where do you want to go? And that way you can address the problem without accidentally creating brand new tension in the process. So we'll just leave you with this question.
If you were to pause right now and truly listen with that kind of gentle curiosity, what's the very first thing your body would tell you?